Thank you for another spotlight of UnifyChai. Today we have Jagriti, who is in charge of Desi Girls Boston Club. And today we're just going to learn a little bit more about what inspired her to start this and her journey throughout the process. So the first question we have for you is, could you just explain a little bit more about what Desi Girls Boston Club is and like what inspired you to start it?
So, Desi Girls Boston is basically a community for South Asian women, where we meet up, hang out every month. Like, I try to do activities for like every weekend, but now recently I've tried to give them 1 week off so that they can plan something amongst themselves. What inspired me was I came to US almost 2 to 3 years back, and I came as a dependent on my husband, so I couldn't study or I couldn't work initially. You have to, it's the whole visa process. So now I have it, so I work now, but initially I couldn't. So making friends wasn't the easiest thing. And I feel like making friends as an adult is a very different thing when as compared to when you're in school or college because you hang out with certain group of people every day. But that doesn't happen. So when I was in working or studying, I did not have a group. I connected to a few people through different friends group, and there are a few in Boston who are doing really good. But for me, in my life, Bollywood plays a very important part, and I just wanted someone who could understand Bollywood references and movies. So I thought, why not just do something? I want some Desi friends who can understand my Bollywood references. So that was one of the initial stages of starting Desi Girls, and at that particular point of time, I started reading a lot of South Asian authors, and they were like these really nice shows. And I thought, why are we not talking about them? Like, South Asian authors should be getting all the limelight as any other authors get. So I just started the page randomly. I thought I'll talk about the books and everything. But like a couple of people connected with me, and uh, f- everyone wanted to meet up and everything. And I thought, oh my God, this can be something more than just a random Instagram page talking about South Asian women or people and authors or like shows. And after the first brunch, the page took off. Like, I would say I have been lucky or something, but I connected with so many people through it. And now it's like all grown up. Like, it's not been long. It was in October 2023 last year. Yeah, and now it's all grown up.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And it's just really inspirational seeing how much you achieved in such a short period of time. You
Thank
mentioned how you moved from India to here. Did you ever see like a shift in culture between like how maybe like it's easier to make friends in India compared to here? And like what shift did you recognize in terms of that?
So, I already had a group of friends in India because I was in the same city for the longest time. So I had a group of people there. When I came here, I had to restart the whole thing, like with my life, obviously my friendships and my relationships as well. So it is a bit different, but because I haven't been here for a very long time. So that way the cultural shift was there. And obviously people are different. Like in India, people don't understand boundaries. Like they're like in each other's space all the time, which is a good thing there. Like I actually really like that as well with my friends. Like I can just go up and show up to anyone's place. And that's the same how my relationship has been with all my friends throughout my life. But here, in fact, I really appreciate that people are, very aware about your boundaries. Like they would call or they would message before showing up. So regarding friendships, I feel like that's a cultural change I've seen here. But other than that, obviously people are different, right? Because we are from a different geographical background, so happens.
Perfect. We love hearing about like your experiences, especially in two different places, and how like even people and their ideas and how they like function change. So moving on, why do you think it's important to build a strong community of South Asian women in America, and how do you think that helped you connect to your roots better?
So I feel like not just America, anywhere we need to build a community of women. It's not just South Asian, but any women. When I started Desi Girls, before that, I had really good girl friendships. Like I had really good women around me who made me feel safe, who hyped me up, and I missed that as well. I missed my girlfriends because that, how a girl hypes you up, no one ever can. your girlfriend can hype you up better than anyone else in the world. And other than that, I feel like for the longest time, I've heard this narrative that women are not women's friends. Like in Hindi, we say, औरत ही औरत की सबसे बड़ी दुश्मन होती है. But like, it's time to change that. We are not haters of each other. We can coexist. And we don't have to be best friends with everyone, right? But we can still be cordial to each other, support each other. And, if one of us has a business, maybe support each other, show support to each other on social media at least, because these things are important. So I feel like as women in this society, we need to stand with each other because it's been like very long that we have been pitted each against each other for a very long time. So I feel like that's why the community, the female friendships is very important. From my group, in fact, a couple of girls reached out to me and said, like, I've never had women friends before and I wanted them. And after this group, I have women friends and it's changed my whole perspective. And I love that because having a woman friend would actually soften up. Like, you'll get in touch with your feminine energy a lot when you have women friends around you.
Thank you so much for that. And we really see how like the people who have supported you throughout the process definitely made an impact towards like creating this organization. We were wondering if you could share like any memorable events that you've had throughout like your time creating Desi Girls Boston Club and like how that has like created a stronger connection within your community.
So for me, every event is special because every event just, like brings up my vibe. Like if I'm here, I just go up here after each event. So usually it's like every month we do a monthly hangout and a monthly book club, and we do author meetups and everything. That is still something I'm still getting in terms with because I never thought I'll be someone who will be talking to authors. It's like a whole celebrity thing. I still have that imposter syndrome that I'm able to talk to authors. I don't know why. Why are they saying yes to doing events with Desi Girls, where it's like a huge compliment. But other than that, we just recently did a picnic that was really good. Like a lot of people showed up. We did this brunch. It's like chole bhature brunch, and like there were huge amount of people around in that particular brunch. It was so good because good food, good people. What else do you need? We do safe circles as well. We do spiritual events. We did like a weekend getaway. Like I feel like I can't even name one event because each event is so special when you hang out with people you like.
Perfect. We love hearing about all like the different events you guys host, especially since it creates such a strong community for women who probably didn't even have it before. I guess moving on from that, could you kind of explain like the overall event planning process and like how you do that and how you get a large group of people from like similar backgrounds together?
So initially when I started the group, I started talking about it through Facebook and Instagram. Obviously, I made the Instagram page first, but I also talked to people on Facebook. But now my entire focus is Instagram. That's how I gather people. Like if anyone is interested, all they need to do is talk to me on Facebook and Instagram, and that's how I connect them to the group. And the planning process usually is like every month end or like in the first week of the month I announce all the events that I am planning to do. We have an official Google Calendar. Whoever is a member of this group, they have their calendar synced to Desi Girls calendar. So everyone has an updated list of what events are going on. And a lot of events are planned with the girls. Like I usually do a poll if I have something interesting in mind, or in case someone reaches out to me, I do a poll like how many girls are interested. Like we are doing a Pilates event. A lot of girls were interested, so we did a Pilates event. So that's how it goes. Like usually it's like a poll so that most of the girls in the group are on consensus that they want to do this event. Otherwise, there's no point of doing it, right? If 10, at least 10 out of 20 people are not enjoying it, like it's not fun. Like I know that we usually cancel events where like only 3 or 4 people show up because it's just a better thing when you're doing it in a whole group. So that's like it's not that tedious, I would say, but the planning process is sort of straightforward. Like it's a poll sort of a thing. And if people want certain events, like we're planning to do an apothecary class, we have someone comes up to me and says that this is something I want to do. I plan it and I ask other girls if you want to get in, and that's how the planning goes. And in the group, a lot of girls do take charge. Like some of the girls go for hikes, so one of them takes charge and they take it up to them to plan it all out. So like everyone takes their responsibility as well if they want to do a personal event that's not like an official Desi Girls event.
Right. Thank you so much for answering that. We were wondering because, like, obviously being youth in America, one problem that we see a lot of kids have is that they're like afraid to like embrace their own culture or learn a little bit more about their own identity. So we were wondering if you have any advice for South Asian women who like live in communities where they're afraid to like recognize their own personal backgrounds.
Wow, I don't know if I have advice for them because I'm like a very recent immigrant. But I would just say, like, if you have ever been to South Asia, it's so rich in culture in general. You like if when you start getting to know the culture behind it, the roots, you will be amazed. Especially, I feel like with South Asians, the spiritual touch is a different vibe altogether. We come from a background of spirituality, culture, and a lot of beauty in us. So that's amazing. Like, whenever you come to that point in life where you want to get to know yourself, your roots better, just go there. Don't go alone. I always say, don't ever travel to India alone. Go with someone, go with a friend or some elder or whatever it is. But exploring South Asia in itself is such a changing experience. So I would just say, like, your culture is the best thing ever. Just experience it. You are blessed to be like from South Asian descent. And eat, pray, love.
We love hearing that advice, especially like seeing all the like work you have done, like trying to connect women. And I just like was wondering, what are some of kind of the challenges you face at the beginning of this Instagram page, or maybe even getting a real outreach to people? How are some like what are some of the challenges and how did you curb them?
So for creating the page, I haven't received any challenges because I'm loving what I'm doing right now, especially when I connect with people. But sometimes I feel like, okay, so what happens is there's this inbuilt insecurity, especially in people who are already existing in the market. Uh, so that is something that puts me down a little because I'm here to coexist with everyone. I'm here to, because world is like this universe is so huge. There's space for everyone. So we don't need to be insecure of each other. Rather, we can just push up each other, right? So that's the few thing like one of the things that has put me down, that when someone is insecure or when someone is saying bad about the group or me in general. But I've come to terms with it that that's how it is. That's how life works. Like some people will like you, some people won't like you, and you have to just go ahead. So this is the only challenge. I'm still learning how to process it. When it comes to the group and when it comes to the whole collaborations and all that stuff, like we did, it was very smooth. It wasn't something, I feel I need to put a lot of effort in, because some relationships, they just flow. They're so natural, they just flow in. And when both the sides are, very nice and the vibes match, the mentality matches, it just flows smoothly. So when it comes to challenges, I would say, like, either it doesn't feel like a challenge to me, or it's like whatever, because there's so much else to do. Like, why would I just focus on the challenges, right?
Right. We think it's really great how you like managed to create this platform and like how has grown so much and you had so many new members come in. We were wondering like many different communities might be interested in doing something similar and they might want to like advocate for other members or other people in their community to join a platform such as this. So like what advice would you have for others who are interested in like advocating for stronger South Asian communities and events where people could learn a little bit more about their culture?
The only advice I give is be nice to everyone. Like, there's so much to learn from each other. Go ahead. Like, there are already platforms where people are trying to get out the South Asian community, be it professionally, be it personally. Just be nice to each other, be nice to the members. Like, at the end of the day, if you are planning to start something, you are the one who has to take charge and get things done, right? So don't get annoyed, because sometimes when you are in a business where you have to cater to people, it gets annoying, but it's okay. Let it be. Take a deep breath. Let it be, because at the end of the day, this is something we're doing for our culture, right? We're doing something for South Asians, and the picture is way bigger than just two or three people or just the two or three interactions you have had. So just focus, be nice to people who are coming to you, be kind. That's all. Like I feel like I'm a very generic advice giver. I feel like life is very simple, but it's just that we focus on so many hard things that it turns out to be harder than our own mind than it actually is. If you're just calmly handling things, one is, so for me, if I'm not able to do something, if I'm not able to be productive on a certain day, I take 2 days off. Like I just put my phone on the side. I tell people you're not getting reply for 2 days, so just give me some space. And I just handle it for the 2 days. I just let myself, I sit with myself and I handle it, and then I'm productive. So it's like life is not that hard when you're doing these things. When it comes to people handling, it's just you have to be nice and you have to be patient with yourself. Just like yourself and you like everyone.
Perfect. We actually love the advice, even if you think it's simple. I think it could go a really long way for a lot of people and a lot of young South Asian women. So I guess coming from that angle, who are some of like the role models you have seen within your life that have kind of put you to this point and given you this value of community and culture?
Okay, it might be very cliche, but I don't know. Do you guys know Mindy Kaling? Her. I don't know. I love her. Like I'm such a big fan. She keeps so I'm in Boston, right? So if she keeps posting about Boston, I'm like, why don't I know about it? I'm gonna stalk the hell out of you. I want to be there where you are. So she was one of the people when I watched her very like since I was a kid, because Mindy, like the Office and the Mindy Show and everything. I used to watch it a lot, but when I came here, it was even different, because I started reading her books and I realized that every South Asian, no matter if they are like first generation or like second or third, they have all had their own journeys here. So establishing yourself and being that woman of color on such a bigger platform, I get it. The people think that she is whitewashed, but they have to figure out that she has been here for a very long time. She grew up here, so being whitewashed is very normal for her. She doesn't realize it, like if it's affecting anyone or if it's offending anyone. So her, she is my role model, I would say. When I come here and when I connect to South Asian community, that's other than that, I feel like there's so many amazing women out there. Like not just from South Asian background, there's this person who runs a group in Boston. She is similar kind of concept, and she's doing it for all women, not just South Asian women. I get inspired by her so much because she's so good at what she does. She's so nice to everyone around her. It takes a lot when you are in the people handling business to be kind, and she's so kind. So there's so many people that inspire me on every. I am inspired by you too as well. Like look at you guys. You're high school students and you're doing so good. You are an inspiration in yourselves. I learn everything from everyone.
Thank you so much. That was a really sweet answer. Another aspect of our platform, the last question that we have is that because it's unified chai, another aspect is the chai portion. And we like to ask like everyone that we interview about what their favorite snack is that goes along with chai. Because we want to like emphasize how like despite everyone's like diversity and like their different backgrounds in South Asia, one thing that they have in common is chai and like the different snacks that they eat with it. We were wondering if you could share your favorite like chai snack recipe, and that way we could like post it on our website later in our blog.
I'm obsessed with chai as well. I keep posting about it. And I love your name. My favorite combination with chai is poha and chai. Very simple. Just get the poha, put it through water, cold water, for a little while. Let it keep it on a side. Take a little bit of ghee or oil. Take curry leaves. Take rye, mustard seeds, and put it all together with a little bit like a few peanuts.
Mhm.
And then I always say add a little bit of sugar to the whole tadka. That's what makes poha better. At least that's what I feel. Add the namak, mirchi, everything, the spices you like. Then add poha, and don't like saute it. Just put a lid on it and shake it. When you shake the poha, the spices will mix all together on their own, and in a while, the whole aroma will start coming out. And oh my God, that sounds so good. Now I'm craving poha.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Especially
Like
thank you
just to shake the poha, not to like saute the whole thing.
for thank you. Especially for it's taking the time out of your morning to come and sit with us. Really appreciate you and really love seeing what you're doing with the Desi Girls Boston Club. And we hope to be able to like talk to you later and keep in contact.
Of course, you guys are doing great and keep doing what you guys are doing. You're so young, and I really hope you reach different kinds of levels and success in future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Have a great day.
You
You.
too.